Good morning, afternoon, or evening, and welcome to Nancy Drew Legend of the Crystal Skull, where we're going to be reading a book, at least for a while, at the beginning of this episode. First, we've got Time Will Tell, Part 1. At exactly midday, the teacher said to his class, "What time will it be when 3 hours have passed? Let's pretend it's that time and move ahead 2 hours more, and from there let's say that it's 9 hours before. If 6 hours before, then we'd make note of the time. What time would it be if we'd moved ahead 9? His students wrote down 6 numbers in all, then went back to their daydreams of things big and small. Part 2. At high noon, the sheriff stepped into the street and addressed Bad Man Bart. "5 hours ago, I told you to leave town and you swore you'd be gone in 3. There's a reason why you're still here?" "I left right when I said I would," Bart exclaimed. "But just as I was riding out, my horse threw a shoe. I took him straight to the blacksmith, but he was real busy. Said it would be 5 hours till he finished with my horse." "Better tell him to get a move on," the sheriff drawled, "because 2 hours from now, if you're still here, you're gonna be real sorry. Understand?" Bart understood. He went back to the blacksmith and an hour later was on his way out of town. Part 3. I wonder if all these times, hours, and things relate to the clock in the hallway? On the wall? No, it wasn't on the wall. It was like, well, anyway, the clock on the in the hallway. Maybe. Well, let's see. Part 3. It was midnight on a dark and stormy night. I bet we're going to have to move the hands of the clock to point at the hours that have been listed in this story in the order that they're listed in. Anyway, it was midnight on a dark and stormy night. Only 4 hours before, I had seen my dear friend Hollis, who informed me he was leaving for the court of the Star Chamber in a mere 2 hours and feared he would never return. I realized that 6 hours after he was to enter the chamber, I was to surrender myself to Count Blackburn. I had no way of knowing whether, after the usual 5 hours of interrogation, I would be able to keep my rendezvous with Lucretia 2 hours later. Would the Count let me leave, or would he imprison me forever? I was terrified. Yeah, I bet all these times and hours and things are something to do with the clock in the hallway. A librarian's tale. Oh, is this where we get hints on what to do with the books in the library? A great keeper of books, it's true, am I. Many a reader through me can spy on wondrous worlds that will never die. You could say it's magic, the librarian's eye, but to get such an eye you must first take a look at the cards that keep track of every book. The title's the thing, addition's the hook, that'll let you remove the orb from its nook. So the cards, we already found them. So the title's the thing and addition's the hook. So we have to add something that'll let you remove the orb from its nook. Oh, okay. Which orb? Where? Well, anyway, moving on. The history of Quincy T. Booker's teeth. Primary teeth history. Is this like January 14th, 78? Filled upper right second molar. Okay, are we going to have to do something with somebody's teeth at some point? 13th, what's the fourth month? April. April 13th, 78. Extracted upper right central incisor, then upper left central incisor. January 18th, 80. Filled lower left lateral incisor. Permanent teeth history. Okay. I wonder where we're going to need these. Well, I suppose we'll find out. March 14th, 88. Extracted lower right canine. September 18th, 90. Extracted upper left first bicuspid. December 24th, oh, Christmas Eve, 90. Extracted lower left canine. And January 18th, 93. Extracted lower left third molar. Steps in the right direction. Okay. Oh, is this pertaining to the graveyard, do you think? Because isn't it kind of like a maze where we have to go in different directions to get to places? In a place where bones are buried, graveyard. So, in a place where bones are buried, so is something too that you seek. Start where Charlie Wicker sleeps. Tread lightly on ground that sinks and seeps. Charlie will give you directions, but count on my shovel to find the way. When you find the place, a monumental task awaits. Okay. Now we come to the statues. The key to the statues are key. Avian statues hide secrets bound. Mechanical feathers from metal were pound. Wires and springs and levers were wound. As levers are pulled, solutions compound. A feather stands up, another falls down. You won't need to peek if you listen to sound. Inside this drawing, a solution is found. Master of buzzards drops key to the ground. Okay, so we'll get a key of some sort if we manage to arrange the feathers like this. Plentiful pirates and nautical nonsense. Stealthily stalking them, famished and anxious, out hunting west waters, he was cantankerous. Out here where the sea-stricken pirates aplenty, a week's worth of looting left their large stomachs empty. 1 to 5. Down to the port, we'll plunder some dinner, but the truth is that these pirates could have been thinner. Their villainous vessel was bogged down by booty. They would drop off the treasure and away they'd be scooting. 6 to 7. They would foul up the village and make a great mess. Down to the mangroves they'd surely digress. Ah, it's a beastie, swim for your lives. The calm sea's treachery left a surprise. 8 to 12. A long-legged beastie whose eyes were aglow had spotted some treasure in the hold down below, and his curious nature could not let it go. So he tore down the hull, and alarmed were the pirates. He started to break down the structures inside it. Yeah, just like the kind of rhyme here is breaking down. 13 to 16. His nautical naughtiness knocked down the ship. Those petrified pirates were muddled and miffed. So they fired their guns at this grand octopus, at one leg, at two legs, at left legs, then six. But the creature continued with two other arms. The northwestern water wailed in with alarm. 17 to 20. The pirates abandoned this nautical nonsense and swam right to shore with their rather large haunches, but gaggles of gunmen got left getting gobbled. The creature was angry. In its own ink it bubbled. 21 to 22. I wonder what these numbers mean. So down dove the octopus right to his den. He spit out their bones and fashioned a fence. And each treasure, of course, he had not left behind. He'd befriend all these baubles in very short time. 23 to 25. And long lived this octopus hidden away, but his fate fell quite quickly on one fateful day. We don't get to hear about the fateful day though. And that's that. Alright, so it was a shorter book than I had thought. I kind of anticipated a whole episode of reading this. But instead we only did that for half an episode. So, I'm probably just going to look at the walkthrough for how exactly to get the statue's feathers to point the way that that we needed to get them to point, whichever way it was. I've already forgotten. Oh, are we taking the book with us? Seems so. We already looked at this, didn't we? Yes, we did. And I was unable to figure out what these all mean. So we'll probably come back to this later. Need to figure out what that's all about. Yeah, I think we looked at this already. This we didn't look at, did we? On this day, November 8th, 1952, the Jolly Roger crew of New Orleans hereby invites Dr. Bruno Sinclair Bollet to join its hallowed ranks. Speak of this to no one save the man who has championed you, and will, should you accept this invitation, serve as your sponsor during the initiation progress. Dr. Gilbert Buford. Welcome. Okay. Oh, that's just that. I thought we could look at this as well, but no. Alright, so interesting stuff. Ah, that's just a table. Can't look in the drawers or anything. And that's the door. So, have we looked at everything in here now? We have, right? No, we didn't look at this yet, did we? So what do we do here? Um... I don't get it. Oh. Am I supposed to get these all to show the eye picture and then we'll get another eyeball maybe? But how do I get that to switch lanes or go further in here? How do I make it switch lanes? Oh, okay. I get it. Nah, I was trying for one of these. Okay. So apparently I shouldn't make it go quite that. Maybe this much force? Yeah, that was just the right amount of force. Okay. Oh, that's now displaying the eye. I need to get at the corners as well. Now I've got the eyes in the middle here. I'm not even sure if I... Oh, the teeth! Right. Do I need to... There was something about the teeth in the book. About removing teeth, but what does it have to do with this? Do I have to hit these in that order? No. But I'm sure this is where the teeth clue needs to be used in some way. Yeah, so it's got the teeth, and then it's got this and the eye. So, does this mean removing the tooth? Kind of in that position? And like, are these the front teeth? And these the ones in the back, and these the ones in the middle? I don't know. And then we've got like left and right. So... I might just look this up from the walkthrough as well. See what exactly we need to achieve here. But yeah, the thing about the teeth in the book is the clue to this, I'm sure. Let's just leave it for now and see what else there is to see here. Because clearly we haven't looked at everything there is to look at here yet. Aha, so is the thing about the pirate and the octopus a clue to this?
Pa, dee, pa, moo.
Okay. So what do we need to make it say? Clearly this is the, like these are the sounds it makes when you push each button. So what do we need to make this guy say? I'm sure that tale about the pirates and the octopus is a clue to this, right? Because it's a pirate. There's a lot to look at in this room. So I can look at this stuff, but I can't touch it. There's nothing I can touch here. I can just look. And then this we've already looked at, so... Yeah. Using this and the thing about the teeth in the book, we're supposed to figure out stuff about the puzzle with the marbles and pictures of teeth and eyes and stuff. So... Oh, that just leads to the door. Have we looked at everything here now? I think so, right? Yeah. So I think I'll... Octopus, is it a clue to this then? No, this is where we put the eyes. It's just that there's the octopus and the ship, and there was an octopus and a pirate ship in the story. Let's see if Nancy's made any helpful notes here. Any new observations? Crystal Skull book. Oh yeah, this is where we left off with the observations, wasn't it? We read about Nancy's observations about summer. Sounds very high maintenance, yeah. Bruno Bollet's doctor, Gilbert Buford, thinks Bruno was reading a letter when he died. A letter which he thinks Iggy the paper-hoarding iguana took. Could the letter have caused Bruno's fatal heart attack? Guess the only way to know for sure is to find it. Not only did Bruno Bollet have dozens of glass eyes, but he seems to have hidden them all around this house. I have a feeling that finding them will eventually help me find something else he probably hid. The crystal skull. Bruno Bollet's secret workshop is right on the other side of the wall from Renee's room, which means the spirit she heard was probably the dummy I found in there. If you press the buttons on him, he makes different noises. Renee wasn't the only strange person around here. Suspects. Saw Henry in the cemetery, yeah. Clues? I found this odd little book of poems and very short stories which Bruno Bollet apparently wrote. The reason he wrote it no doubt has something to do with its title, Short Stories for Tired Eyes, which means from now on, when in doubt, I should probably take a look at it. Yeah. Any new tasks? Figure out what's up with the fake books. grandfather clock. Explore every inch of the garden, even though it's pretty darn creepy.
Did that.
Find out in what position the feathers on the... Yeah, we know.
Check.
We know the positions they're supposed to be in. Figure out what the deal is with those symbols on the wall in Renee's room.
Can't check that off yet.
Really? Oh yeah, I tried that before, and even though she already told us it's like an anti-magic spell or whatever. Call Bess and... yeah, we did that.
All done.
Find the key to the door at the end of that passageway.
All done.
Find the letter that Bruno was apparently reading. Use the key I got from the drain to open the door at the end of the passageway.
Check.
Take a good look around that secret study of Bruno's and see everything there is to see.
Can't check that off yet.
Okay. Find all of Bruno's glass eyes and put them in that grid in his study. Figure out a way to get Henry to give me the glass eye that's on his keychain. I hadn't even noticed. See what happens when I turn the handle on that jack-in-the-box Bruno kept in his study.
Did that.
Determine the significance of the tune I played on the jack-in-the-box. Yeah, I haven't done this yet.
Can't check that off yet.
See if I can remove the glass eye from the perpetual motion machine. Did that.
Check.
Find the shovel that's mentioned in the Steps in the Right Direction story that Bruno Bollet wrote. It's somewhere in the garden, maybe. Pull the heads on those buzzard statues in the garden until the head feathers on the Master of Buzzards are arranged like in the picture in Bruno's short story book. Since Bruno saw fit to write a book, maybe it would be a good idea to take another look around his library, since that's where he kept the books that he saw fit to read. Don't know if those were supposed to be like emphasized like that, but they are underlined, so yeah. We'll maybe I don't know, maybe I'll just look at the walkthrough to figure out the teeth thing between episodes here, and then maybe we'll do this at the start of the next episode. Because this is something that we can do here without needing to leave the room or anything, so yeah. I think I'll search for the what exactly we need to do with this. We could probably, or I could probably figure it out by just using the picture on the wall that showed the names of the different teeth, and then reading the teeth story again from the book, but it's just easier to look it up from the walkthrough, so that's what I'll do. But yeah, I'm ending this episode here, and next time we'll start with this, and then continue on to something else. For now, thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. It was lovely to have you. Please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.